Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. And welcome to the Guns, Beer, and Therapy Saturday Night Party. Ready? Look at that face! One less can of hard seltzer in this world. I'm proud of myself. Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. Man, we got a show for you all tonight. Man, we had something so special that it just couldn't wait till Saturday. No, it couldn't. We have a special guest on tonight, and you guys are going to meet him here real quick, and you're going to be excited. We're going to have awesome fun tonight. Yeah. So anyway, we got some people back in the green room. Yeah, they're just enjoying the barbecue and the brisket and everything like that. So anyway, let's bring them on, without further ado. First up, we have DJ Play Nice. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Good evening. Thanks for having me around. Yeah, I got to say, the brisket was good, but next time, an entire bowl of bacon, a heaping bowl of bacon is what I'm going to request. And that coleslaw, I'm going to need the recipe. I'm just joking around, man. Good to be here tonight. Good to be here.
Good to have you here, buddy. Thanks for showing up. And up next, we have JH586. Jamie, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing better than I deserve. Thanks for the invite. Thanks for having me. I'm excited about what's going on tonight, and I'll add DJ's thing about the brisket and stuff. It seems like it goes a little further without Bubba and Walter. I'm just saying.
Well, you know what makes that brisket taste so good is when you sprinkle it with the Jiffy Mix, gives it that nice crust on there.
That's not it. Thanks again, buddy. Let's have some fun tonight. I'm excited for the people to meet our guests.
All right, buddy. Up next, we have Moondog Go. How you doing, buddy?
How's it going, Hillbilly? How's it going, everybody? That brisket is out of sight. That's nice and juicy. And I hope you have saved some room for some leche flan and custard that I brought.
All right. Yeah. All right, guys. Side chat, man. You're already out there rocking and rolling, man. Appreciate you guys showing up on a Tuesday night. Short notice. I'm sorry about that, but when this opportunity come up, we just, we just had to go with it, Hillbilly Nation. You know how we roll. So anyway, I'm so excited to bring up our guest for tonight. He is awesome. Hey, we're going to ask him some awesome questions, and I can't wait for you guys to meet him. So without further ado, we're going to bring up Paddy Stax Productions. This is Pat. Everybody say hello to Pat. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Mike? Thank you so much for having me. Thanks for this opportunity. All jokes aside, I went to a beer and burger joint called Jack Brown's before this, and I had their Kung Fu Action Grip Burger, which is actually brisket on a burger. So no kidding. I literally I actually just ate some brisket or pork belly or whatever. What's the difference? I don't know. But thanks for having me. It's good to meet you guys. And thanks for this opportunity.
Well, that is awesome, buddy. That burger sounds awesome. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what we're going to have in the green room come Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, it's so dank. It's literally their best burger. Even the people who work there will tell you it's their best burger they've ever had. They got that Wagyu beef, just fire.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it is good stuff.
All righty. Well, guys, Hillbilly Nation, I want to tell you, just because this is a special pop-up show does not mean we're not going to be giving away something tonight. You know how much I like to give stuff away. And I had several emails over this knife I gave away last Saturday night. So we're going to be giving that away again tonight. So make sure you get your hashtags in there. Hashtag HBN34. Hashtag stands for Hillbilly Nation. You know you guys are, and I love you so much. So make sure you get those hashtags in there, and we'll be giving away that knife towards the end of the night. But first, I mean, we have some questions to ask Pat here. I'm going actually tell you what. Let's just start this off. He was at last Saturday. He was at Oliver Anthony's show. Is on a golf course in North Carolina. Pat was generous enough to drive down there and film this, and he got some awesome stuff, awesome footage. And what really impressed me so much is his ability to capture the crowd, you know, their feelings and their reactions to the song, A Rich Man North of Richmond and stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead and play that here so you guys can see a little bit of Pat's work and understand what I'm talking about. All righty? So if this thing will work for me, I mean, half the time it does, half the time it don't. So it's just kind of a crapshoot. 50-50 shot, I believe. But clicking on the audio so we can hear the audio hopefully this time. I think this thing likes to just make fun of me sometimes. I mean, who else starts a show out with being muted the first 15 minutes? I mean, I can't blame it. So anyway, without further ado, let's watch Patrick's video here, okay? Let me know if you can hear it.
I think it's muted.
Okay, sorry. Start this over. You can hear it?
Richmond, Richmond, Lord knows how, just wanna have total control. I know what you think, I know what you do, and I don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. North of Richmond, North of Richmond. Look out for riders, and not just miners on an island somewhere. Lord, get up, into the street. They ain't got nothing to eat. They got the oldies, building welfare. My God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes all got to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. They're putting themselves 6 feet in the ground. 'Cause all this damn country does is keep on taking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's meant to people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an old soul. It's Richmond, North of Richmond, Lord knows how. Just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and I don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Comes the Richmond, North of Richmond.
Praise the Lord.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Hell yeah.
Isn't
Good
that
job, Pat.
awesome?
Great.
Man, I love the way that you caught the crowd, their reactions and emotions to this song. And I'm going to tell everybody here tonight, this is not some bandwagon that trying to jump on or nothing. This man, Chris, goes by Oliver Anthony. He put himself out there. He put his feelings on paper and then the music, and he put himself out there to express, what he feels and everything. And there's a lot of us that agree with, his words and his deal about it. So when that happens, I want to support somebody, that is doing that, because that this man is probably going to be looked over like with a magnifying glass, trying to find anything on this guy, so maybe they can destroy him for what he's talking about. So this is the reason, Hillbilly Nation, that we're doing this. And, we're so thankful to Pat for coming on here, for filming this video and everything. So we're going to jump right to asking him some questions. And so the side chat, make sure, like, if you have some questions or opinions and stuff, get out there and, on the side chat, put it in, and, we'll see if he has time to answer them. And if moderator wouldn't mind sharing his channel, Paddy Stax Productions, and you guys go over there and check out his channel. You'll love it. Subscribe. He has some great footage on there. So we'll just go ahead and start with you, DJ. You want to ask Pat some questions here, buddy?
Oh, I surely do. Some of these questions that to kick it off, Pat, are going to seem like, oh man, these are the most basic questions about the things. But the audience out there and I myself don't know too much about Stax. Can you give us like a little background, how you came to videography, and then maybe finish out with what you've been up to lately?
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks again, Hillbilly Nation. Thanks, Mike, for having me on your show. This is an amazing opportunity. I really appreciate meeting you guys, and let's have some fun tonight. So basically I'll just go to the origin story of Paddy Stax. I was in college. I went to James Madison University, which actually this picture I took behind me I blew it up on my wall. It's of the Blue Ridge Mountains, beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains. And that's what I got to experience over there in Harrisonburg, Virginia, at JMU. But my junior year, I basically decided to write a rap called D-Hall True. And it's a comedic rap about going to my dining hall, indulging in college-related things and just having a good time, dancing around campus, going to the dining hall. And that was kind of my origin story. So my name is Patrick. So Paddy is a nickname for Patrick. And then I thought, you think chicken patties and then pancake stacks. And then so one of my fraternity brothers at the time just decided, I think he came up with it. I think, how about Paddy Stacks? And I just stuck with it ever since. So that's when I got into, that was my first video I directed. I didn't edit it. I didn't shoot it. That was my friend D-Hall Jack, who goes by, and he did that for me. And that was all around campus. It was a lot of fun. That's what I was like at the time. I was like, that was viral for me. And that got up to 5.6 thousand views. And I thought that was at the time, perspective, that was huge. And it is for your first video that you do at that stage. But everything that came from this is just wild. So I started making videos after college. That's what I studied in college. And I started doing weddings. I did always gravitated everything towards music. That's kind of my whole channel is founded on music. So every element of every video I've ever done, whether it's not actually a music video or a live show, there's a track in it, whether it's a promo video or something. So very music based. And I just worked for a few different companies. I worked for a pool company called River Pools, where I was their main video guy. Small Warsaw, Virginia, small company, but doing big things. Shout out River Pools, Marcus Sheridan. He was a great mentor. And so that's where I really honed my skills with just beating on my craft day after day, making educational videos. And that's where my supervisor taught me how to fly the drone. And so I've just been making videos, and lately what I've been up to is I've just been concentrating on music videos. I think it's my most favorite thing to do. I get to be creative. I get to have fun. A lot of the time the artist will let me be completely have creative control, where like there's only a few changes to make in their video after I edit the first version. But yeah, I was working one day. I actually am a landscaper right now, just, you know, paying bills. And my brother just texted me the song, Oliver Anthony, Richmond, North of Richmond. And I heard it and I was just like, this is it right here. Like, this guy is pouring his soul into his music. This is real, actual music, because I'm I'm sensitive to like empathetic or intuitive or whatever. Like a lot of music, I'm not going to like generalize a whole bunch of artists because that's not fair, but like a lot of music I hear and it's just like, it seems like a front, like it's kind of fake. Like this was just pure from the heart and soul of lived experience. And I heard it and I was like, I got to do something. So I saw on Facebook that they posted the concert for North Carolina. I was like, oh man, North Carolina. I typed in the Eagle Creek Golf Club and Grill, and it was only 2 hours and 15 minutes away. I was like, I'm going. That's it. I'm literally going. I texted my two friends right away who make videos, because I was like, we're making a video, but like that's not why we're going. Like that was the thing about this. That wasn't why I wanted. I mean, I was gonna bring my camera and make a video no matter what, but like just his attitude, Oliver Anthony's attitude of like not wanting to be in the spotlight, not wanting to, you know, be famous, you know, kind of actually beneficially rubbed off on me, where I was like, I want to go and enjoy myself. I want to have a fun time and listen to his music, but I'm going to, you know, throw my camera up there and see what happens. And basically I there was like this little gated area, you know, how they have at concerts, but like there was security. They had like, it was very organized. I think it was run very well. The hospitality from the golf course was amazing. But like no one was really like, there was no really like any harsh like rules. Like they said no outside coolers, no alcohol, whatever. Like I think that was followed because they had vendors and everything like that. But there was no like security like guarding. Like I basically saw some dude on the side of the gate next to the stage, and I was like trying to feel him out. I was like, is this just a concert goer, or is he like gonna try to bounce me or something? I was like, are we allowed? What? He's like, dude, if you go, I'll go. I quickly grabbed my camera on my tripod that I initially had set up behind the stage. I was gonna get like a back angle from him because I didn't think I could get, because the whole front was all full. You couldn't get like 2 feet in there, so I couldn't get up there. My friend managed to sneak his way through. But like I just got right into the like that gated area and got right up in the front, and he did about I think 10 to 12 songs, which I just filmed the stage the whole time. But when Richmond, North of Richmond came on, everyone went completely wild. So I just quickly picked up my camera and turned it around, and I'm like thinking like he already had the music video. He already had the viral music video, and that was amazing. And that's all you needed was him and his, you know, his instrument and his voice. And that's all that matters. That's all it is. And the video was still high quality. It had another angle that showed his emotion, and that was great. But like, why get another video of the camera on the tripod that's going to be worse than the one that already, you know, was the video? So I was like, why don't we get the crowd involved? Going back to him not wanting to be in the spotlight too, I like kind of honored that in a sense. And I was like, let me just capture all this excitement. Like, the funny thing was there was like a professional film crew there too. And I like kind of like lost, you know, sight of everything that was going on except for me, like getting the crowd. And he literally came up to me afterwards, was like, do not get in my shot again. And I was like, yes, sir. I went back to my area, but this was after I already captured everything I needed. And like, well, I was trying to be respectful. I was trying to talk to them. They were kind of serious. Like, haven't seen their video yet. I might be in it. Or
did you feel like it was a noob move?
I'm sorry.
Did you feel like that was a bit of a noob move?
Of me?
Newbie.
Yeah, newbie
Yeah,
move.
I mean, it was me just like not really. They had like 3 cameras set up, and like it was a tight little area. So like if I wanted to create the video that I ended up creating, I had to break a couple rules because that would have not happened. They were kind of like they had like an unmanned camera sitting there for like 30 minutes. I'm like, I'm about to make this viral video. Like, get out of here. Get out of here.
Hey,
Nah.
Patrick, you just said viral video again. I got a kind of a follow-up question about the viral action of things. You know, Anthony's video got 2 mil in 2 days. That's insanity. I don't even know what the current numbers are. But can you give us an idea of like what maybe the growth through this video for you has been? How many hits you've been getting on this?
Oh,
I just
my
looked.
God.
Yeah,
More than I could have imagined. Like I'm
428,000 right now.
Yeah.
So near 500,000, man. What's it feel like?
It's slowed down from like yesterday and today as like the first initial like 48 hours, I think like got to like 300,000 views, which I was just like, oh my God. And like now I can keep perspective and not get like too excited about it because it's like, okay. But like reading the comments and like the best part about it was reading the comments and people will say this that I shared that it's the overwhelming positivity and love from all the comments. Obviously, you're going to have your little trolls here and there. But like the whole thing is it wasn't like, you know, like I'm a Republican and I'm a Democrat. It was like, no, like this man is neither. And, you know, it was great. Like, it was just like, everyone was like, this is about unity. This is about unifying the people. This is about a real working man's struggle. And like people can relate to that because he speaks from the heart. And so reading the love and the positivity from the comments like makes it worth it for me. Like I literally put my soul into my craft too. And I want to make people smile. I want to make people laugh. I want to entertain people. I want to inspire people. And I've been filming musicians for like 8 years. They're just like no-name artists that like don't go anywhere. So like there's nothing special about Oliver Anthony. He's just like, you know, like I've, you know, like he even said, like, I'm not a good musician. Like I've filmed better musicians than him, but that's not the point. It's not about being a better musician. It's about creating a feeling. Music is about emotion. It's about starting a movement. It's about the love. Like that's what it's about. Like, he might not have all the like acumen to like, you know, doing all the things that impressively, but like his voice is great. He speaks from the heart, and people can see that and feel that overwhelmingly. So it's just like, it's a beautiful thing that's happening. And I'm really so blessed to be like a part of it.
Well, I'm glad that you are as well, man. And, you know, all kinds of crazy good luck for your future. So I got to ask, did the guy have merch?
I saw t-shirts on people, like few, but I never saw like a stand with selling t-shirts. But I saw there were, I don't know who made them. I don't know where they came from, but there were t-shirts. And like this one like little girl had like a picture blown up of like, I guess he signed her guitar or something. And so I saw a couple different t-shirts, but I didn't see, maybe I was oblivious to it, but at the venue itself where the concert was, I didn't see any merch being sold.
Right on. Thanks for that, man.
Yeah.
Now, could you? I didn't delve too deeply, but what was the concert about?
The concert was just it was a music. I mean, there was a few bands that opened up before him. There was a band that came after him, and we had left after he went. He was the second to last act. And that's a good question. I mean, I think it was just to have a show. I don't think there was like a specific like.
It wasn't specifically for him.
But it was a free show. They accepted donations, but it was a free show. And
Kind of like a jam session, huh? In a way.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. And his friend Joey
going up
Davis
and jamming.
was sitting there shredding it up. He did pretty well too. that was really, really exciting to watch. Everyone, it was good family fun. You know, people of all ages. You know, the energy and the positivity was there all day. And I was just had a really great time with my friend and my girlfriend. Actually, shout out to my girlfriend because I actually posted another version of the song, which is basically exactly what you just saw. Only the first 2.5 minutes, he was reading from scripture.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept both versions, but it was her idea to get rid of that in the beginning, not like to get rid of, you know, God in any sense like that, but it was like people don't have the attention spans to listen to that drive for 2.5 minutes. Like they want right into the action. So like I just I released that one first, and then I made the new version, and that's the one that ended up going viral. So that was exciting.
Yeah, and I thought it was cool because you let the full version on there, but then you also stated, you know, this is a shorter version of it, and you know, and like you said, people's attention span is not much anymore. It seems like.
Like I can look at the analytics and I see that people watched like average like 1:39 of but that's like a lot compared to some videos. Like sometimes it's like way less than that. So like even to get half is like good. But I think there's some people that love it, like watch it over and over and over again, or maybe that's just me. But it's just like repetitive.
Well, they must have been. I mean, I was actually surprised, or were you, that people were singing the song back to him?
Yeah, so quickly, right? Like everyone had it memorized already, and like there were teachers. It's like this is happening so fast, as everything does these days. But I think that's because it's such a catchy song, but it's so clear and it makes sense. It's easy to memorize.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was talking to DJ about on a email that we was discussing about this. Is what's cool about this is people might not remember their high school history lesson or, you know, certain things, but for some reason, when, you know, a good poet, you know, that's what I call them, musical poets. Anyway, when they put these words together, and you know, and it has to be in a compact amount of time, and you add music to it, for some reason that sticks in people's minds. You know, they can remember the lyrics to a song, and if they forget about it, as soon as that music starts, it all just comes, you know, coming back into their head, and the lyrics just come out, you know. And so that's what I feel is just really awesome about you know, music, and especially when it's well written and it's from the heart, you know. And so I just think that this is you know, awesome. Mock says, what song you talking about? Where you been, buddy? We're talking about Rich Man from Richmond by Oliver Anthony is what we're talking about tonight, buddy. And if somebody wants to share Pat's link again, we'll you know, get over there, you know, and check out his video and stuff too, guys, because it's an awesome video. And so I was seeing one question out here. It said, as far as your video equipment goes, how much have you, like, from what you started with, how much have you evolved on your video equipment? Quite a bit.
I've milked my cameras for a long time. I started, my first camera I got was in 2016 after I graduated college, and it was a Canon 70D. And I took a lot of pretty pictures with it. I like doing landscape and like nature photography. I did some portrait stuff, and I just had my first, you know, thing that other than a camera is I got a monopod. I got like a Benro, I think, monopod, which was really nice. And I just did that. I had a monopod, a Canon 70D, and a stereo video mic. And I literally just filmed live shows all the time. I filmed little promos. I filmed little documentaries. And I went with, who I worked for, Kennedy Carey of White Tree Wedding Productions, and he had like insane amount of gear, like way more than I could get to in like 10 years, I feel like. So I went and second shot weddings with him. And so I just kind of kept it simple because I'm just a simple guy. I'm not a gearhead. I'm not a technically savvy person. I just like to tell stories and be creative. And so I started with that. And then my next evolution from that really was I got the Sony A7 III, which I've done. And I have a Ronin S stabilizer. And that's what I've filmed all of my music videos with a Tamron lens, which is the 2.8 28 to 75 lens. And that's what I film all my music videos with. And then I have the Mavic 2 Pro drone, which I bought right when I was working for River Pools, right before I knew I was going to Iceland. I bought the Mavic 2 Pro drone and I'm like, I need this for Iceland. I'd never flown it. That specific one, I was flying the Mavic 1 at River Pools. And then I took the Mavic 2 Pro drone to Iceland, and just that was another thing that you said you wanted to get into that story, because that was one of my proudest videos as well. It hasn't gotten, an ounce of the viewership as, this one, but like that was like is still my proudest video. I mean, I try not to like lose my mind about views, but I mean, there's like, you could see in that video, even though like I had like a shaky camera a few times, like it was all like jumbled up a few times. It's like, I like to have polished videos, but that's not what it's all about. It's about the emotion and the story. And that's clearly evident. So people, I think these days are so focused on like quality and gear and like how good something looks, and they completely lose the most important thing, which is the emotion and the story. And that's the essence of what makes it worthwhile to begin with.
Well, Pat, you're talking about right there at your conclusion, the story. And I want to link back to the thing that Hillbilly was saying. And Hillbilly, you're right. If you have it in a song, it helps. All of those schoolhouse rock things, that's how I know. Conjunction, junction. Anyway, just remembering some of those things, right? But so you were around. Yeah, I'm only a bill. I love playing that on guitar as well, man. So here's my question about the emotion and message. You were there within, it's a short amount of time between that song being out. You got, as you mentioned, people singing the song back to him. Can you tell us what it was like and what you observed about the emotions that not just that you were catching, but that you were experiencing personally?
Oh, it was incredible. If you listen closely, you can hear the loudest voice is me at a time, because I was singing it to that. I was singing it back to them with my camera. I was all like jumbled around a couple times. These got shaky. I literally had my camera on my shrunken tripod, so it wasn't like a normal setup, but like I was literally singing it back loudly to them and just getting into it, like, because that's why I kept true to my mission, was just to like enjoy the experience, and the video was like a secondary thing, not like a primary thing. But I was like, I know damn well like I'm gonna make this happen. And my friend Jordan, shout out Jordan, Loud Vision Productions, he came with me, and he got a bunch of good footage. Go check him out on YouTube, Loud Vision Productions. He's a really talented videographer. He does weddings and promos and fashion. And he came with me, and we just tag teamed it. And mostly we both used our own footage for the videos we made. But I like some of those shots in my video are from his camera as well. And so
Paddy Stax, if you want to type something in the side chat there, I'll put you as a moderator, and you can share Jordan's link too, buddy.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
So was that a mix of yours and his B-roll in your video?
Yes. Oh, are we all still here? Did everything went silent for a second? Oh,
no.
Oh, we're still here, Pat. Trust that. And I got what I did is I've just dropped Loud Vision's website as well as their YouTube channel out there in the text chat for you.
Nice. Yeah, he's a hardworking, good dude, and we both had a lot of fun. Basically, he was up close and he was getting a lot of the reaction shots like this, like just of people. And basically when they did Richmond, north of Richmond, that he actually played it twice. So on the first, which was like another blessing, because the first time I just had the shot of him performing it. And then they played it again. And that's when I picked up my camera and got the crowd. I think that's what happened. Yeah. So that was a blessing. And then I think Jordan just didn't have the same angle of the front row of people that were like all even getting even more hyped up for the camera. And again, I don't know what this other film crew was doing. I kind of just like blocked them out and did my own thing.
Tunnel vision.
I just think it's kind of funny that they were like, who wants to be a part of the official music video for like Richmond, north of Richmond? And like, then I like just drove back in like an hour and like edited it real quick and released it before they could even like, sorry, that sounds me. It was just like, I just thought it was kind of funny because it would have been cool. I'd been like, oh, I would have given some of my footage, like collaborated with them, but like they weren't like, they were all business. And it was just like, that's so anti what Oliver Anthony is all about. So I was like, did he hire them? Who hired them? Like, I don't see any press passage. Like, what makes you more official than me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? Like, where do you get off? Like, just because I'm like a one-man crew doesn't mean I don't know how to tell. Or me and Jordan, 2-man crew, like we know what we're doing.
All right, Jamie, we ain't heard much from you. You got any questions for Pat? You'd like to ask him?
More like comments. I think, Pat, I think it's great what you did. I think you were very fortunate to be able to get in there and get in on this early in the game. And I think I keep hearing him say, and I heard Pat say too, that he's not that great a musician. I think he plays that resonator pretty dang well. I really do. And better than I can. So, and I also think the draw to the song is the fact that he was able to capture up the feelings of mainstream America and put words and lyrics to it. And I think as long as you can keep doing that, you're going to be relevant as long as you want to keep doing that and you're willing to put your heart into it and do that. The line in the song that hit me hard was living in a new world with an old soul. I know I'm older than most of you guys, and I know I've got an old soul, but things are so different now than when I was a kid, and I want that late 1960s, early 1970s America back again, and I know those are like the movie is Gone with the Wind, but and my next thought is I'm a traditional country music fan. I love Jeannie Seeley, Merle Haggard, Willie and Waylon, even further back, Lefty Frizzell, Hank Williams, not Junior, Hank Williams. I love that classic steel guitar, banjo, all that stuff. That's what I love. And I think what we're seeing in Nashville right now is we're going to see a return to what country music is supposed to be, because let's face it, what you're hearing on country radio is not country music.
Amen.
I mean, they ain't right about being at the beach and stuff.
No. Zach Brown is from my state, and I love a lot of his stuff, but he don't sing about what real country music is about. Some of my favorites are Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn and George Jones and Tammy Wynette. I absolutely love Tammy Wynette. And I think what's going to think this song and with the one that we had come out a couple of weeks ago about in a small town. I just
Yeah.
I just think I think it's going to turn. I think it's going to turn Nashville back 20 or 30 years in its sound. And you think about how much better technology we've got now, how good some of that real old country would sound like. And yeah, David Allen Coe, Jerry Jeff Walker was a genius. Uh,
Yeah.
he's the one that wrote uh, Mr. Bojangles, that nitty gritty dirt man. But
All right, guys. I just put in
Amen,
the side
amen to
chat
all
there.
that. That is all true.
Yeah.
Like I've never been a big country music fan, but like I can like this is what you said. Like this is real country music. It's not that like fake flashy stuff.
I
So,
love
guys,
Jim
after you're
Reeves
listening, real quick, type in P-Stacks in side chat. And Jamie, is you good to call him out tonight, or you rather somebody else?
Yes, sir. I will. We got them out there
All right.
already. So
Look at him go.
they're off the screen. Let me scroll up a little bit here. Yeah,
It's something we
Loretta
try to
Lynn.
do, Pat. Let people know we know they're out there, and we appreciate them being on the show with us.
So imagine the fact that we have Hillbilly Up in here tonight. Ken Schaefer, Michael Dunn, Kevin Schaefer.
Oh, that's my homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to college with him.
M1A2 Abrams tank, R4 Mississippi Thunder, Duffer 426. Gotta love some Jim Reeves. Reloading from the Hot Pot, 6-shooter Texan. Vanessa Kitty, Dwayne 7834. AR Gun 1776, DJ Play Nice, and Misty Mrs. Wayne. We got Viejo Walter, Two Live Moo, Guns and Water, AR Guns, and I think that's all.
All righty. That's awesome. I see Rick Perry jumped in there too. Guys, thank you all. Side chat, you guys are awesome. I mean, we just appreciate you so much. You have no idea. And here in about 10 minutes, we're going to do a giveaway for this knife. So make sure you put in the chat hashtag HBN34, and that will get you qualified in that giveaway. So make sure you get that in, and we're going to be giving that away in about 10 minutes. And so, Patrick, man, or Pat, I'm sorry, Paddy Stax.
All of the above.
All the
I
above.
was called way worse names in high school just because that's how high school goes. But yeah.
So I want to ask you, did you get to talk very much to like some of the people that was there and kind of get like their kind of concept, their feelings, and like, did anybody say, anything that like just stuck in your mind?
That was one thing that I didn't do as far as a video standpoint. Was originally I was going to get like a bunch of like side interviews of people, how they felt about music and Oliver Anthony, and like kind of like the song itself and what its implications are. But like I didn't do that. I do remember I talked to one. They had this whole section of motorcycles, and this one guy that I spoke to rode in from Michigan, all the way from Michigan on his motorcycle.
Wow.
Just for that. So I was like, yeah, I can do 2 hours and 15 minutes from Richmond, Virginia. And we didn't even hit beach traffic, which was great. But yeah, I spoke to one gentleman. Sorry, I'm blanking on this one because I was definitely like like, I know I said video wasn't my primary reason for going. I was enjoying myself, but I kind of stuck. I was like I said, I was there with my girlfriend and my friend. So like I was kind of hanging out with them, and I'd like talk to people here and there, but everyone was very much preoccupied with the music. It wasn't a whole lot of outside conversations necessarily that I had. I had a few that were good. I just can't recall exactly what we talked about. The one dude who was smoking a cigar in the video for a second, I had a conversation with him, and he was a good dude. And I'm trying to remember what exactly we touched on, but I just remember how like it was a really good conversation. Yeah.
So,
Now, did
I
your
assume
sister?
you probably
sorry.
didn't- No,
Go ahead.
I'm just saying you probably didn't get to talk to Chris himself, did you? Or
No,
anybody
so
with
like
him, or?
basically I went with a couple of pastries. No, pasties. My girlfriend and my friend are really white, as in like they don't tan very well. So they didn't have sunscreen, and it was a fairly cool day for August, but the sun was beating on them like crazy. So they got burnt pretty bad. So
Yeah.
they were back at the car, and I was like the line to talk to him after the show, which is cool. He greets, takes pictures, and talks to everyone after the show, was like probably a couple hours, maybe not, but like I was like, I'm not gonna like make them sit in my car for that long to wait and see. I was like, what's the rush? Like he's like 30 some years old, like he's not going anywhere. Like I'll meet him eventually. Like, I don't need to meet him on the first week of his fame so I can tell everyone I met him and be famous. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to meet the dude. Like, I'd love to kick it with him. I sent him an email, though, right away just to say, I was like, I'll film a music video for you pro bono. I just want to, like, talk about life. Like, he did this song from a mental health standpoint, which I can relate to on a lot of levels. Like, the pain and the depression that he felt was, like, a lot of people resonate with this song as well, that who deal with mental health issues. And it's such a big problem in our society, in our world, and increasingly so in our country. And so that's where that alleviation, healing from the music comes from, is because he dealt with all that depression. And so I relate with that. And I mean, music saves lives. Like, it's true. Like, it's not like made up. Like, music literally saves lives. So like, I mean, I'm living proof of that. He's living proof of that. I think we all need to open our eyes and wake up from behind our phones and realize that we're not all isolated, and that what we do affects other people, and we're all in this together, you know, red, blue, black, white, the whole thing. People say it all the time, but like, it really needs to start happening like yesterday. And it is happening. Like, the average American is just a good, sensible person, and it's easy. And I know as a videographer how easy it is to manipulate something, right? Like, you can take a B-roll shot from here or there and then put someone saying something like, oh, I love that. And it's like something terrible. And you just put that on the internet, and everyone thinks you support what that is. Like, there's so many tactics of manipulation that like divide us. And at the end of the day, most people are just sensible, good, hardworking people that want to see the best for each other. It's just like, when you've been kicked down so many times, it's easier to retaliate against your fellow man because you can't reach the elites. You just take it out on your fellow man.
And Pat, that's like, I have an appreciation for your wanting to eschew partisan politics as well. You know, and one thing that both Jamie and Hillbilly touched on, you know, it's the song's ability to speak to the common man, and how the common man has kind of been lost in the shuffle. And Pat, I gotta say thank you for that nod to suicide prevention and mental health awareness. I dropped a link out there in the text chat, but I got another question for you. What things do you identify with, what strongly, you know, first personally, and then because you're younger than the most of us, for your generation, what things are speaking to you and to others?
I mean, a lot of people that I'm close with, that I'm friends with, deal with mental health struggles. A lot of my closest friends, it's kind of tough, like, when your closest friends aren't responding to you because they're that depressed that they can't even do something that sounds as simple as respond to a text message. It's so hard when you're that depressed. You know, I know people that have dealt with drugs, that have mental health issues, that have committed suicide, and it's a heart-wrenching thing. Personally, I've dealt with my fair share of mental health struggles. When I was 18 years old, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I've been on medication ever since. But certain lifestyle and substances have caused me to have unstable experiences, and there's no need to hide that, especially when I literally wrote a rap album. It's called From Pits to Bliss. It's on my YouTube channel, and it's a wild little roller coaster of an album. It's my first album that I wrote because I actually rap as well. And that is has a lot to do with mental health. So I go into that. I just, it's affecting everyone to some degree, and some people experience it more severely. But I think it is, the number one issue affecting our world is mental health. And it's yet it's increasingly being treated with more care, but it's still it's so invisible sometimes. That's why it's not able to get the attention that it needs.
Right on, man.
Yeah,
We are
it's almost
copacetic
like
that.
a silent or invisible disease that nobody wants to talk about a lot of times, and it's definitely important. And real quick, guys, we are going to go ahead and give this away, then we'll come back and we'll talk to Pat some more. But I'm going to go ahead and we'll do this giveaway, and then we got, stick around. We're probably going to stick around here. I know some people, I don't know, a few people on the panel may have to leave, but Pat, are you still good for another 15, 20, 30 minutes or something?
I'm good for however long you want to run it, man.
All right. All righty. Well, I'm going to show you guys, this is what I'm going to be giving away this evening. And this is a cool little knife that one of my subscribers had sent me. They're like, hey, I got this and I really love it. And since you give away knives a lot on your channel, you should check it out. And it sent it to me. I actually carried it around for like a week, and it fit my pocket perfect. I loved it. So I thought, well, let's just get some of these away to Hillbilly Nation. It's got a little ball bearing up here for when you flip the blade open. So the blade comes open really nice. It is a lock blade. What's cool about it is it still does have the window breaker on there. So, if it's in your pocket and something happens in your car, or, God forbid somebody leaves an animal, in the hot weather in a car, you do have a device with you also that can do that. So let me get myself off the screen. Nobody wants to look at me. And let's pull up the giveaway, guys. If you hurry up, you got just a real quick minute here to get your hashtag HBN34 in. And we're going to get this thing, we're going to wind it up and give it a spin and see who wins tonight. Oh, man. All right. I see we had one last entry there. All right. Okay, guys, let's spin this baby and see who wins tonight. Red Green. Somebody new on the show. Thanks for showing up, and congratulations on winning. All right. I'm going to write your name down here, and you'll see on the bottom of the ticker down there below, it has my email. It's the.real.hillbilly.up@gmail.com. So if you would send me your address that you want this sent to, and please throw a name in there, because I know some people forget to add a name to it, and the post office don't like that very well. So anyway, congratulations, Red Green. I don't think there's any chance that you use duct tape for a lot of stuff. I mean, you picked an awesome name there. Anybody remembers those Red Green shows?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, they were hilarious. I loved them. So this is awesome. So, right, does anybody have to jump off right now on the panel? You gotta go, Jamie. All right, buddy. Well, we
Yeah,
thank
I
you so
got,
much.
Thanks, Jamie.
Oh, you got a question?
Oh,
No, I gotta get off here. I got another project I'm working on for our state rally this weekend, so I'm doing a video for that. So, man, uh, Pat, thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for letting me hang out with you, and congrats on the views. And I hope it keeps growing.
thank you. It's been a pleasure, my man.
And I'm gonna get over and sub right quick, and then I got to get to work. So,
Thank
thank all
you.
y'all for having me, and I'll see you soon.
You
Good to
bet,
see you, Jamie.
You want to plug anything before you jump off there? The Georgia Shooting
Well,
Connection?
I would plug Georgia Shooting Connection, except for I'm not going to be able to be there. I'll be at the rally. But don't let that stop y'all. CW and Walter and the guys, and Gene, he'll be out there helping them. We're doing the giveaway for the Winchester 3030 Friday night on Georgia Shooting Connection. So
Awesome.
if you want to make a donation for Lakeview Outdoors and his family to help them through these tough times, get in touch with Scotsman ASAP and get your donation in and get entered to win that awesome lever action rifle that's going to be given away Friday night on Georgia Shooting Connection. Bang.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jamie, for being on tonight. I appreciate your time, and we appreciate you getting on here. And Betty, you have a great time and have fun at that rally.
I'm going to try my best. Thank y'all. See you soon.
Thanks, man.
Rock.
Let's
God
see,
bless.
Jamie.
Bye.
All right. So, one thing that I was wanting to tell you guys about, when you go over and check out Stax production, he touched on this a little bit ago, but make sure that you check out the video. I went blank here.
Iceland Sky.
Iceland Sky. Iceland Sky. Yeah. I went blank there for a second. But man, the footage on there and then is just amazing. And you want to tell us a little bit about that trip, and where it was at and everything and what you guys were doing?
Yeah, it's the proudest video I've ever made. I've made a lot of videos that I'm proud of, but it was the coolest experience because my two friends from JMU, J-Town, Ryan Zimmerly, Joel Taylor. My friend Ryan had been planning a trip to Iceland for like years and years and years. He's always wanted to go, and it fell through a few times, and to the point where he was about to get ready to give up on it. And I was like, bro, we're going to Iceland. Like, he had the itinerary plan, like he organized everything. He found all the coolest places to go. He planned out and mapped our entire trip. I was like, all I had to do was get on the plane and go with him. And then I asked my friend Joel, who I'm great friends with and who's also a videographer. He's the one who filmed me doing all my rapping parts. So that video is filmed by him. And then I got the drone footage, which was just immaculate. It was such a beautiful experience. It was the first time I flew out of the country. And we looped Ring Road, so it's about the size of Kentucky, Iceland. And like we went to all the canyons and there's just waterfalls everywhere, the Black Beach, everything like that. We camped, we stayed in hostels. It was so much fun. And like I said, like I told them, I was like, guys, I don't want to make the video the main thing. Like obviously, like we're just here having a good time, but I knew I was going. So I wrote a rap that was like envisioning what our trip would be like and what we had planned. And then when we got there, we did the things that I rapped about. So it was like, it was seamless. And then it was just such a beautiful, like surreal experience. And we went in July. So like it was light 24/7. Like we didn't see the Northern Lights. That's the only thing we didn't really get to see. Not the only thing,
Yeah.
but like that's the main only thing we didn't get to see. And it was just light out the whole time. I was sleeping like 4 hours a night, like getting up, like having my drone. Like I was like definitely on cloud nine. And the funny thing was Justin Bieber made a music video in Iceland too. And there's this scene where he's like holding his face like by the waterfall, and I was like gonna parody that shot, so I like did it. And I'll let the people speak on what they think was a better shot, but like he obviously is Justin Bieber, so it's got 2 billion views and mine gets like 1,000, but it's okay. No one knows who Stax is until maybe now people are starting to figure it out. But no, it was a great experience. It was a fun trip. My friends couldn't have gone with better group of dudes, and we had a really good time. Yeah.
So Pat, you had a lot of fun as you described using that drone, and I've watched some of your vids. You are kind of drone heavy, which is really cool because within, since droning became a thing, it's had a huge explosion. So, and did you get that right? Did I hear you in the pre-chat say that you got that just before you went?
Yeah, I bought that. It was $2,000. I bought it right before I went to, and like I don't make a lot of money. Like that was like I lived at home with my parents, and I had a decent job. So like all my money I spent on like, well, food and drink and like video equipment. So like I had the money to do it, but like yeah, I got it right before we went to that trip, and I knew I was gonna use it. And so yeah, a lot of like some filmmakers would say it's kind of like cheating using like a drone or like slow-mo and like a gimbal and stuff like that, but it's like it's so much fun. Like I love just flying. Like it's just like I got like that shot where like there's literally like my drone's flying and there's birds like swooping in front of it. I was like, I was just like, how did this happen? Like it was surreal.
I like the joy that spread across your face as you were describing that. And I got a little bit of a follow-up to that drone question, if you don't mind. Can you give me an update, another oldster, right, on some of the tech that has started and been included and is it developing since you were in college? It hasn't been that long. What's the new tech like?
Oh, like there's 4K, 8K, everything's like I think my friend sent me a video of like the most powerful like wireless audio, like wireless mic, which I have. It just makes things a lot easier for like people starting out in videography. It's like it is kind of like it makes things a lot easier, but like you can be like, you can take the most expensive camera with the highest specs like in the world, a couple $100,000 or whatever, how much it is, and like give it to someone who has no idea what they're doing. They're going to turn out like a pile of junk basically with it. And you can give a piece of shit camera to the best filmmaker in the world. They're obviously going to make a better video.
Or a phone.
Like I said before, I love and appreciate that question. I'm just so not a gearhead. I'm like, I wish I was more. Like I'm a little actually more ignorant towards.
Hey man, no apologies required on that one. It's just me trying to dip down to the generation that is coming into that sort of tech because I'm a 21st century analog boy. I like to straddle both the analog and digital worlds, and I got to do that. Gen X got to do that. And so I continue to be amazed by the tech and the way the contemporary shooters are catching those scenes and those videos. And just a little bit here, thanks for doing those, man. Some of those are indeed breathtaking.
Thank you so much. That means so much.
I had a question for you, and I got to apologize for the noise of the kids in the background at the school here. But so on your channel, that photo of the waterfall, that's from your Iceland trip?
Yeah, that was from my Iceland trip. I've kept that up ever since because I was like, why would I? Like, even like my girlfriend just made my website, and it's like very Iceland heavy with the video footage on the homepage because it's just beautiful and it's like part of my journey, and it's like such a heroic like experience and video that it just kind of like shows that like I can like really execute on these projects. And so Yeah, that was from Iceland, and I'm really proud of it.
You should be. How many days did you end up spending there?
We were there for a week. So we rented a car and traveled around Ring Road, is what it's called. So we stayed in, I think, a hostel. We stayed in 3 different hostels. So four other times we camped, like within view of a waterfall. Like it was just, there were wild horses and like it was like, am I dreaming right now? I think we listened
bet.
to the not, is it Nick Coletti? No, that's another dude. Who's the comedian who's like looks like a bald eagle and he's got like long hair and he's like, he was on some like show that was like not that good, but he's like hilarious and he has a podcast. He does the Eminem impersonation, like Bannekin, salmon, Bannekin, hammock in a hammock of Bannekin. Okay, anyways, someone who's watching this will know what I'm talking about. I forget his name, but we listened to that podcast like so much throughout that trip. And then we listened to that song, Jai Wolf. It's like Indian Sunset, I think. And that was like our theme song for the trip. And of course, the music video was played throughout as well. But like that was like Jai Wolf, Indian Sunset or Indian Summer, I think. That was like our theme song for the trip. It was just like such a glorious, euphoric experience.
Well, don't feel bad if you don't remember much. I'm sure you didn't get much sleep.
Yeah, I got a little bit. Yeah, it was fun. I jumped into the Arctic Ocean. You see that in the video. That's the Arctic Ocean.
Yeah.
My friend's like, "You're crazy. You're not jumping in that." I was like, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, I thought
Did
that was
you
really
regret
cool.
it?
And then
What?
Did you regret it?
Oh, no, not a chance.
Oh, good.
I get to say I jumped in the Arctic Ocean and it was in the video and I just enjoyed it because I'm kind of crazy. But
I love that footage. You kind of, I don't know if it's you or one of you running across that black beach. And I had to like go back and look. I'm like, what is going on here? You know, because it
Oh,
looks
no,
like
that was-
water.
yeah, it was like mud. That was just like a
Mud.
little kid. That was just like a little kid running. And I just so happened to like have the drone up when he started doing that. So I like, just followed it out.
That was awesome.
Did you bring the drone back or did you sell it when you were there?
Oh no, I still have it. It's in my apartment right now, as well as the camera that I took. Like that's why I haven't like I get so nostalgic and like attached and like stuck in my ways. It's like all the videos I filmed on my A7 III and my Mavic 2 Pro. It's like it means so much to me. So I just keep using it. And I've gotten away with doing it with such a simple, like limited setup that it's just like, why do I need all the bells and whistles when I can make bangers with like what I have?
True that.
Yeah.
All you need is
Yeah,
spares
and
in case of an accident.
And then you got somebody like me that has a nice Sony camera that don't have a clue what they're doing. And and so it's like
Do you like to do photography or do you making you like making
videos.
Oh yeah, the intro that you played with the shoot. I was like, all right, I got to do some target practice. That looks so much fun. Like the intro to the podcast, that looks like a blast.
And Pat, you are surrounded by people who are into firearms, the Second Amendment, and whatnot. And I gotta point it out. You revealed something in back chat. Have you never shot a firearm?
No, I've shot
All right.
a paintball gun and an airsoft gun when I was a kid. Yeah. No, I've never shot an actual firearm.
Yeah, well, those experiences are parallel. If there's anybody out there in the crowd somewhere in Virginia, can we get this boy some range time, please?
Yeah. And we're talking about the way we go about it, Pat, is like we are, we like our 2A, community and our Second Amendment, but also we just pound the table on safety. It's not like a lot of people see. I mean, we would not suggest anybody, like say for you, for instance, never shot a firearm. We would never suggest you just going to get in a firearm and shooting it.
Oh,
There is safe, all of us, that's one thing I think people kind of overlook is, most of the people that have firearms, they would tell anybody, you do it safe. You learn just like you're learning to drive a car, you don't just jump behind the wheel and take off, and so, there's so much, ways to do it, and you do it safe. And then, you have the opportunity to find out if this is something that like you really enjoy. And a lot of us, really enjoy that. And so, for anybody out there that might be watching this tonight or on a rerun, if you haven't shot a gun, make sure you take the precautions to learn the safety of it and, do it right. That's the number one thing that I think everybody would talk about, and so hopefully you get that opportunity that, you can, have that safe experience and, get the opportunity to actually experience that, because it's something it's a lot of us feel like it's a lot of fun, and it's great. And so,
hell yeah.
So what part of Virginia you're in?
Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's great. Like I was telling Mike before, it was like Virginia has kind of the all around best of everything. Like you're from Richmond too. You're 2 hours west to the mountains. You're 2 hours east to the beach. You get all 4 seasons. Like, you see the leaves changing in the fall. Like, I mean, summers are pretty brutal. We actually got a pretty cool summer this summer, which was nice for me because I'm landscaping every day out there in the sun. Sweat a lot, but Virginia. I love Virginia. I actually made that other video that I actually made it at the end screen to the main, not main, but like Richmond, north of Richmond, the viral video. I made the end screen Virginia, a second one I recorded of him doing Virginia at that same show. And then I just added drone footage that I've captured over the years from Virginia. And then I just kind of thought that made sense. So I like that song too. It's a lot more of a chill vibe than the other video. The other video is like hype and excitement and like the crowd, which is great. And then the other one's more like kind of chill and low key.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I saw that video. I was wondering if it didn't look like you shot it based on the quality of light. I don't think you shot it on the same time as the concert.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Virginia one. Yeah, no, that was the same exact day. Whoa, all the B-roll drone.
Yeah, especially drone
that
footage.
Was all like separate. Yeah. I just kind of made my own thing out of it. I mean, why not? It's just fun, right?
Hey, Pat, can you really quickly address storage for things? Because video files with high resolution are huge. So what kind of network or servers you got going to keep all that stuff at hand?
Yeah, I have a G drive, a Google Drive. It has 10 terabytes, and I'm about, I got that in 2021, and it's got about 9 terabytes on it. So only 1 terabyte left. So probably need to start thinking about that myself. I'm glad you brought
that's
that
not
up.
a lot. That's not a lot. 10. Yeah, I've got 2 10 drives under my desk.
Yeah, I'm so like lazy when it comes to like research and things, and when it comes to like equipment and stuff, it's like I just procrastinate until there's an issue and then I figure it out when it happens. Like, but yeah, I definitely need to like figure out my storage going like after this. I'm definitely gonna have to upgrade to like an actual computer like setup situation. I've just been doing everything off of my laptop this whole time, and that's eventually I'm gonna have to upgrade some things for sure.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm on a MacBook right now, and that's all I've been editing off of.
Yeah, MacBook Pro. Yeah, it's pretty solid.
So let me ask you guys this. Yeah. With all my videos, what I've been doing is I save my memory card, my SD card, and when I get through shooting, I immediately copy it over to my external hard drive. All right. And then I remove my memory card, and when that memory card gets full, it goes in a case. Okay. And then all my stuff's on my external hard drive. And so I upload my videos to YouTube and everything. So that gives me two places in case the hard drive goes down or the memory card for some reason would get lost or broken or not work. Is that wise? Am I doing the right thing? I know it can be costly buying, memory cards, SD cards a lot, but
I'll just chime in. I'll chime in real quick. From you, all it takes is one drive or a computer to go down, and then you realize, spending another $100 or $200 for a backup drive is way cheaper than having to rebuild a project that you're working on. Because I thought I'd lost. I thought I'd lost all the footage that from going to SHOT Show, and that was ended up being like 80 videos out of that one trip. And if I would have lost that, you can't get that back. It's not so much I would have lost footage because I did have a backup, but then to have to, I'm going to have to recompile everything and then I have to redo all my edits. That's just crazy. But fortunately I was able to recover all my files. But so that's, I think, just buying, bite that bullet and buy another 10 terabyte external drive or whatever you need.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like about my external drive is I can plug it into my laptop. I can take it with me, or I can plug it into my computer, and so I like that. But then I always think I've had a external hard drive go down on me before, and luckily a computer person was able to recover the actual disk and then install it in something else.
Well, that's where you got to go with a backup for your external drive too.
Yeah.
So
that's why I've been saving my SD cards also, just in case. But
one thing suggestion if you don't have a NAND, they've got some drive cloners. So if you just buy just the naked drive cheap, that's the cheapest thing you can buy as far as storage. You can buy these basically stands. You drop one drive in, you drop another drive in the other, press a button, and it copies it right off to the next one. You don't even have to hook up to your computer. You just leave that on overnight or next day. So you have a copy of that drive, and then you'll just take that one and you could just plug in directly into that stand and use that as the external drive. But I'll send you a link. It made my life so much easier.
Drive cloning is really effective and cuts so much out of the old processes for sure, man. It surely does.
Alrighty. So we're going to wrap this up in the next 5 minutes or so, guys. Guys, does anybody else have some more stuff for Patrick they want to ask? And Patrick, do you have anything else you want to share after that before we get out of here?
I just really appreciate you emailing me, having me on your podcast, getting to meet you guys, having a great conversation about a lot of cool stuff. And it's been a lot of fun. This is really cool. I love this because I actually did a couple podcasts in college, or one in college and one shortly after. We had one called Waffle Talk, and we literally went to local breakfast diners in Harrisonburg and recorded our podcast in the diner, so you could kind of hear the commotion in the diner. Yeah. And it was just a lot of fun. And then I did one with a friend all about Richmond artists and creativity and stuff after college. And this just brings me back, but I was always hosting or filming or doing all the work behind it. So this was just a weight off my shoulders. You just hit me up and I was I just get to be a guest. Thank you so much. This has been an amazing experience. And I'm definitely going to share your channel and with everyone I know. I really appreciate it.
Well, yeah, and also you're always welcome back here. We do this every Saturday night. You're on the East Coast, so it's 10 o'clock your time. So yeah, we like to give everybody a chance to go out, on a date night, get something to eat, whatever, and then come back and catch the show. So you're always welcome here. So Moondog DJ, you have anything else you'd like to ask Patrick about or talk to him about?
Yep, Pat, I got a quick question. Are you still into doing freestyle, or are you like more focused on the video work now?
Am I focused on the freestyle or the video work? Well, I like to blend them if you know how to twerk. If you go in the club, you might just see me at the pub because it's Paddy Stax and I'd be getting that grub. You don't even know because they denied the Pornhub in Virginia. They actually can't do it anymore because, it's bad for the kids. It's bad for the youth. You know, it's me. I spit in the booth. I speak the truth. You know me. I like the juice, like gin and juice, like Snoop Dogg. And you know I am a hog, and I eat that pork belly like a Jack Brown's. You know the sound. Just listen it down. You know what I do? I just like to go off the top. You know what I'm doing it. I'm never gonna stop. So I do that for every once in a while. But to answer your question, also more thoroughly, like I've made 2 raps this whole year, which is like we did a music video. Me and before I forget, I meant to do this. Panda Slugger is my boy. All right. Spencer Little, Panda Slugger. He's a producer. He lives in Philly, but I met him when he lived in Charlottesville. We have a whole album of music videos that we've made together. And we're just like a dynamic duo. And he produces and records and writes lyrics himself and plays instruments. And I just rap and freestyle. And then I do the video production as well. So like we just came up with this process where we're both just going ham, making dope content, and neither of us are paying each other. Like it's a completely like collaborative process. So like we're just using our skills to further ourselves and have fun. And we're not even paying for it because we're like doing it together. I know he's watching this or he's going to watch this. He even said he was going to make a little clip for me from this video because he's a boss. Panda Slugger. Damn, that was close. I almost didn't shout him out. He's my boy. He's my boy.
That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So, DJ, you got anything else you'd like to ask Pat, buddy, before we get off?
Well, we're in closing minutes, Pat. So I just want to say thank you very much for the things that you do. Incredible amounts of success are coming your way. Keep banging, bro. Thanks.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I know Philly, they'd slug a panda. Yeah, they would, dude. Yeah, he literally has to like lock the doors at night. Like, yeah, that is true. Like,
I got some good friends in Philly, and yeah, those guys, they're just up for whatever, man.
Yeah, that's a great place. That's like a bigger version of Richmond, almost like the city vibes. Like it's kind of like a happy medium between like Richmond and New York City. Like really, it's a dope city.
There you go. There's your song.
But screw the Eagles. I'm a New York Giants fan. My girlfriend's an Eagles fan. Fuck the Eagles.
Wait, you're a Giants fan?
Yeah, I'm a Giants. My parents are from Long Island, so I've always.
Oh, okay. That explains it.
They play on Christmas this year, the Giants and the Eagles.
So anyway. Moondog spent a lot of time in New York, and out there he did a lot of what's it called? Not paintball.
Airsoft.
Yeah. A lot of Airsoft tournaments and everything. So
yeah, I would.
He's pretty familiar with New York
games. Yeah. So, but that was my past life as an advertising guy. Madison Avenue guy. But yeah, New York, Philly. Love going down there, especially when I was working on Amtrak. But and I was there earlier this summer, taking my kids to
Philly?
to Liberty Hall and seeing the Liberty Bell because I want to show them the real history of the country.
There's so many good vibes in Philly.
Leave it to Philly to put a crack in that thing. I mean, that's just how they roll.
Banging it.
All right, guys. Man, I appreciate you all for being on here. After we close, Pat, stay on. We'll talk in the back chat. So anyway, I thank you guys so much for being on. I want to shout out Paddy Stax for being on tonight. Spending his time with us, telling us a little bit about being at the Oliver Anthony show and everything, and the awesome work he does, with his filming and everything. So make sure you go over there and check out his channel. Do yourself a favor and subscribe. I mean, you're going to love it.
Subscribe
Trust
if you
me.
dig the vibes. That's what I always say. Subscribe if you dig the vibes. If you don't dig the vibes, you don't have to subscribe. But if you dig the vibes, you will inevitably subscribe. It's just
you
and
betcha.
you're part of the tribe. Like, it's just how it goes.
So, guys, thanks a lot. And we will see y'all back here this Saturday night for Guns, Beer, and Therapy, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. And, of course, we're just going to have fun like we always do. But I just want to thank you all. And remember, God, family, and country. And make somebody's day better, will you? It's easy to do. Don't cost you a darn penny to do that. Just a smile, open the door, whatever you can do. And if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise, we'll be seeing you all again. So everybody